Hey, what is up, Internet? I think we are live. Kyle here, Slapshot Toys, and it's kind of becoming a Sunday thing now. I figured I have a couple things that I can unbox, and I have absolutely nothing else going on today. The wife and I have been doing a crap ton of yard work and all sorts of stuff around the house. So yeah, I've kind of got all that done. Don't really have like anything else going on today, so I figured why not jump on the live stream? I have to remember this is the first time I'm using this iPad to stream, so hopefully the quality is somewhat decent. But I figured since I'm not doing anything else, might as well just jump on, do some unboxings, and see what everybody's up to this Sunday. So yeah, so we already have some people jumping in. So as you guys can kind of see here, I have a couple things that I'm going to unbox this afternoon. Like I was just saying, I figured might as well do it on a live stream. First thing is I do have, finally, I dove into the world of McFarlane Batman and DC and got the Detective Comics 1000 Batman. And then I have a hot toy that's actually not even mine. This is actually my wife's. And she was gracious enough. Well, okay. So we got this last Tuesday, I think is when it was delivered. And it's still in the box. She took it out, like, basically she took it out, opened it up, looked at it, and then just closed it back up. And she was gracious enough and nice enough to allow me to unbox that for everybody today. So I'm excited. It looks really cool. And she took it out on Tuesday, or no, I think it was it Tuesday she finally opened it? Yeah, either way. But yeah, she was cool enough, and she said that I could unbox it today. So we'll get to that. So how's everybody doing? See, a couple people are in here. Hope everybody's doing well. Everybody's still kind of getting through this quarantine and everything together and staying safe and healthy and everything going on there. Yeah, like I said, we've been doing a ton of yard work, and actually I need to log in here to see if I can see if there's any comments. So bear with me. Yeah, we've been doing a ton of yard work this last week. And that has we've been like going over and doing some stuff at like Home Depot to pick up some stuff, and then and then in our newest project, well, actually the project the wife's working on right now is we are redoing our master bedroom. So we're gonna like repaint everything. She picked out all her colors the other day, and then she went and picked up the actual paint today. We moved out the bed and moved all the furniture, and she is starting on that. So yeah, so it's pretty fun. Yeah, we've been doing and then we bought a crap ton of patio furniture yesterday. So we bought like a fire pit. Basically, it's like a L-shaped couch thing to put out on the patio. What else did we buy? A couple chairs. I was gonna buy. So our backyard has this like I don't know, almost like a flower bed, like right next to our patio. And I've always wanted to put a fountain there. Like for the longest time, I've been saying I've been wanting to buy a fountain. We were actually going to go buy one yesterday to put there, but the ones we found at Menards, we didn't really. They're not big enough for the space. The space is huge. It's like 6 feet deep by, I bet you it's like at least 15, 16 feet long. So like the ones that they had just weren't going to fit the space. Matthew Yarbrough, what is going on? How are you this fine Sunday? Thanks for joining. I was just saying, yeah, we went to Menards yesterday to find some fountains, some garden stuff, and we spent a lot of money. But really, we spent our Trump bucks, as my wife likes to say, that due to the stimulus check that they are sending everybody, that's what paid for everything we bought. So yeah, it was a good day. Now I'm looking at since we're not going to buy like a pre-made fountain, we're kind of talking about actually building one. So I've been kind of looking at like Menards had these like really cool kits that you basically you just buy. It's almost like Legos. It's like you just buy the pavers. It gives you the instructions of exactly how to place them, the glue, everything. You get the pumps, and essentially you build it like Legos and just build it. So that's kind of the option I'm looking at now to be able to build a big enough fountain to fit the space nicely. So I know probably none of this is interesting or what you're here for, as I do have toys to show off. But yeah, that's just kind of what we've been doing. Like I said, the wife's working on painting the room right now, and yeah, it was interesting though. Christian Arias, what is going on? Thanks for joining. Good to see everybody again. I know I've been living vicariously through Josh and Cincy's live streams and seeing everybody. And it's probably the reason why I've been kind of wanting to do as many as I have. It's been fun watching everybody go live, and it's been a while since I've really done it. And then obviously, like the last 2 weeks, I've jumped on for a little bit on the Sundays, so figured do it again. But yeah, it's been interesting though. Kind of seeing like here in Ohio, what's going on like with all of the COVID stuff, because we're so Friday, just kind of give you guys an update of what's going on here. Things are really starting to be lifted, to the point where stores are starting to reopen. So Friday, one of the craft beer bars that we go to a lot. They open up their doors. You can't go in and like actually have a drink, but you can go in and you can get stuff to go and actually go into the store and see everybody now, which is nice. And then I think May 12th is when all businesses can open up. With there are state recommended guidelines that they want stores to adhere to, but stores like the toy department, are opening up May 12th. So hopefully we'll start seeing a lot more of that as all these restrictions are lifted. And then but a lot of them are doing like you obviously have to wear a mask. That's how it was in the store yesterday when we went out. The wife and I, we bought masks a while ago, and like we were gonna wear them anyway. So it was kind of weird because Menards, what they were doing was you have to wear a mask. You have to be over the age of 16 to go into the store, and then if you don't have a mask, they'll sell you one for $1. And some people were getting like pretty frustrated at the security guard that was telling them that, and a lot of people just left. And I was like, it's a buck, you just have to just wear a mask for the 20 minutes, half an hour you're in the store. It's really not that big of a deal. But yeah, people were getting kind of mad. But so hopefully everybody, everything's kind of relaxing for you guys too. We're starting to see some of this go down as far as the actual, cases and everything like that. So, but yeah, we're getting kind of mad. But so hopefully everybody. Sorry, I didn't realize my volume on my laptop was that high. All right, so now I can actually see the comments. So, all right, so back to everything. So picked up some things. I did see some comments on this line specifically. Batman Who Laughs. So that is that's the next one that I'm probably going to get. Yeah, and that's it. The other thing I did notice. So these are the 7-inch, which I necessarily like. I don't know. Like I don't really necessarily have to have everything in scale. I mean, obviously this isn't going to go well with anything 6-inch. But it's kind of cool. I don't know. I kind of like the little bit bigger figures, kind of like Marvel Select. I've always liked those a little bit better than Legends, just because I felt the size just looked a little bit cooler. In my opinion, like I know the articulation and everything isn't the greatest when it comes to Selects and Legends. Like Legends are obviously 10 times better and have a lot more articulation. But I don't know. I've always just kind of liked the size a little bit better of Selects as opposed to Legends. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of excited about this one as well. Yeah, Batman Who's Last, that's definitely probably the next one on my list to try to find from this wave. I really want to find the Hellbat suit. That's definitely one. And then honestly, if I found her, I'd probably pick up the animated series Harley, and then pick up probably Nightwing as well if I can find them. So yeah, it's been kind of nice to actually like be able to go through stores and find things again. But so yeah, this should be a pretty cool, cool figure. So I'm gonna go ahead and crack this guy open. We'll take a closer look at everything. So yeah, so like I said, hope everybody's doing well with, excuse me, with the virus, and everybody staying safe and healthy, and hopefully everybody's surviving the quarantine, and hopefully this will be all a memory sometime soon, or really sooner than later. But yeah, we'll see. Let's see. I sold my brother's PS4. Was that like, did he want you to sell it, or did you just sell it? Because that would be kind of cruel if you just sold it and he wasn't anticipating you selling it. What was that? Like I saw I think something on TikTok that or I think I saw it on Twitter, but it wasn't TikTok. It was like some guy that like smashed his kids' PlayStation controllers and like TV because they didn't do their chores or something like that. And then I guess it all turned out to be fake, that it was all broken anyway, and they just wanted to do a funny video. But that just kind of reminded me of that, of, you know, someone going in and just smashing someone's PS4 unexpectedly. Actually, I've been toying with the idea of selling. I've been toying with the idea of selling my PS4, but I think what I'm gonna do is probably wait until the new Xbox is released this fall, and just like basically trade it in for the new Xbox, and then do the same with my Xbox One X. Just trade that in for the next Xbox generation. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I like the PS4 Pro that I have is actually the Star Wars edition. So I really like the design of that one a lot. So yeah, I don't know if I keep going back and forth if I'm gonna sell it or not. Let's see. Yeah, they're pretty tall. I like the scale. Yep. Yeah. So I hope they they actually just keep with the scale. And the cool thing is, I think the Spawn from Mortal Kombat. I had that pre-ordered through Big Bad Toy Store. The one with the mace, not the one with the sword. I wasn't able to get the one with the sword. Those are supposed to be 7 inches as well, so that'll scale really nicely. And then the new Spawn Kickstarter figures, those are 7 inches. So hopefully all these will scale pretty well with one another. Let's see. I grabbed the 7-inch Harley Quinzel from the Arkham 3-pack though. Nice. So yeah, that Arkham 3-pack, I've seen that at quite a few shows. I would love to pick that up. I have quite a few of the other Arkham figures from DC, and they're really nice. I did pre-order the hot toy for that Harley from the Arkham games, and I'm super excited to get that. I think that comes out in 2021, so we still got a while on that one. But yeah, I love the way that Harley looked in those games. She looked really cool. Hellbat is sick. Yeah, that is definitely one that I really, really want. I love the look of the Hellbat from the from the comics, especially because it's actually been in the I think it was volume 1 of the newest Tomasi run of Detective Comics. They actually had the Hellbat in there where he was fighting the demon, and it looked sick. So yeah, so I really want that one. The Batman Who Laughs is another one. Matthew, yes, this is a hot toy. So this isn't even mine. This is actually my wife's hot toy, and she was gracious enough to say, "Hey, you can open this up," since I was going to go live today, and I will show you guys here, at least what we're going to be taking a look at, and that's what we have today. So it is the Gellert Grindelwald. Okay, so I'm probably not the best person to unbox this because honestly, I don't know Harry Potter. I don't know Fantastic Beasts well enough, but I still figured I'd show you guys the figure because it does look pretty freaking cool. So yeah, we'll crack this open and show you everything in that as soon as we get done looking at this guy. So yeah, no, I'm super excited to take a look at this Batman though. Alright, let's see if we can get this open. How do you like the McFarlane animated wave? So that was the other one I was looking at actually in the store when I picked up this guy. I didn't pick him up because the one that they had was kind of like the paint apps weren't like super clean. There was like a lot of like splotching, especially around the cow. So I was like, I passed on that one. And I've seen him like several other places, but he looked really cool. The scaling does look kind of a little bit weird, just because, you know, like the chest and like the lats and everything are so massive and wide, and then like, and I get it, like that's what it looked like in the cartoon as well. But then like, you know, the waist and the legs are just like pencil thin. But no, I thought it looks fantastic. I will definitely be picking up that like figure of the animated series Batman from McFarlane as well. So yeah, so I'll definitely just the one that I saw in the store just it wasn't up to par. If I was going to pay $20 for a figure, I wanted it to look just a little bit nicer. So, but no, I would definitely be getting one, and I thought it looked really, really cool. Let's see, it does exactly. But yeah. So this guy. Probably not taking this out the way you should. I don't have my scissors down here. Actually, in hand, you know what? This guy feels pretty freaking good. Huh. You know, I knew like the details and everything, like when looking at it like in the store. I knew that this thing was actually looks pretty freaking cool. But honestly, if you guys haven't messed around with these, this is super nice. Like I am actually insanely impressed with this figure. Just like first glance. Holy crap. Yeah, I mean like like even just like the little detailing, like the like, I don't know, like the little texture and everything down the side of the pants there. Huh. And look at that, like actually decent art, well, phenomenal articulation for a McFarlane figure. So full disclosure, I have not. I know a lot of people are loving McFarlane's Fortnite figures. I don't play Fortnite, so it's not something that I ever really looked into, or like really looked into the figures a whole lot. But yeah, like I can definitely tell that just like looking at even old Spawn figures. Even recent Spawn figures, McFarlane has definitely like upped his game with what he's doing, and this Batman figure is fantastic. I don't even know what else to say. Like this guy is like, between like the articulation that he actually like, that's actually like movable and usable, and man, and just like the detailing and everything on it, like, and he feels like nice and solid. Like I don't feel like he's gonna break. Huh. Maybe I shouldn't have bought this, because I'm afraid that I'm just gonna go crazy now and buy every single one of these McFarlane Batman figures, because this is awesome. And I love the way that they did the cape, and it doesn't seem to hinder the articulation honestly all that much, because it pops up and everything. That's just fantastic. And like just the detailing on the cape on the back, like that just looks so freaking cool. Yeah, I'm kind of in shock. Sorry, I've not been paying any attention to. I've just been like so enamored by this figure. All right, so on the animated series, I would love to get Mr. Freeze. So do they have, is McFarlane, are you talking about so are they doing a McFarlane Freeze? I haven't seen, if they are, I haven't seen any of that yet. Or are you just talking about the MEZCO? Because the MEZCO Freeze looks unbelievable. That's another line that I'm really contemplating getting heavily into. So you guys can't see them, but like I have all my horror MEZCOs lined up over here on a shelf, and that's really the only thing I've been collecting from MEZCO. I haven't been getting into any of the Batman stuff yet, but I'm definitely kind of feeling like I need to. I did buy Catwoman, and I didn't really care for that figure, so that's the reason I kind of just dropped off the why I dropped off the kind of MEZCO Batman bandwagon. But now that I'm seeing like Mr. Freeze, he looks amazing. I'm not a big fan of what Two-Face looks like, to be honest with you. It looks a little like, I get what they're trying to do. Like it's a very realistic scarring, as I think like probably what in real life like the actual scarring would look like. But I want to see like the more animated, like make him like half pink and have like all the scars and everything. So yeah, so I'm not like crazy about MEZCO's Two-Face, but the Mr. Freeze looks amazing. Let's see. MEZCO's stepped up their game lately. I agree. Like I've always enjoyed MEZCO, but the most recent one I got was the Pennywise from It, and that one blew me away. the detailing and just the accessories and everything that came with, that may be my favorite. Well, yeah, honestly, that may be my favorite figure so far this year that I've gotten. Actually, this guy very well might be up there as well. But that's a fantastic figure, and I agree. MEZCO's really been doing some really cool stuff. All the new pre-orders look great. Yeah, I fully agree. Like I said, the Mr. Freeze looks fantastic, and even like the cartoon, like the more like kind of comic looking Harley that they're doing looks really cool as well. I wouldn't mind picking her up. Let's see. I believe it's Jim Lee's Batman. I believe it's McFarlane. Okay, that'd be really cool. I hope. Yeah, I hope they start doing a lot more characters than obviously just Batman and Joker. Like I'm perfectly fine with those two characters, but it'd be really cool to see them really crank out some really cool villains from the from the Batverse. Since this guy is so freaking cool, let me go ahead and I'm gonna grab some of his accessories and base and just have some fun with them. Let's see. No, I do not have any Batman MEZCOs, which is odd because that's pretty much all I collect is Batman. And yeah, I tried getting into the line. Like I've seen, like when obviously since he still live here in Cincinnati, I saw his collection and all the Batmans looked phenomenal in person. And so I got the Catwoman, and that one just kind of like I didn't care for the Catwoman, and that one just kind of turned me off a little bit. So yeah, I just kind of never gave the MEZCOs another chance. And honestly, because I collect all the Hot Toy Batman, I really didn't need another super high dollar line to get into with Batman. So yeah, I started passing on a lot of them. But now I'm like, man, if I can find some of these for a decent price, I'm probably gonna start trying to backfill my collection a little bit more with some of the MEZCO Batman. Let's see. Well, thank you, Matthew. I appreciate it. Yeah, that It review, that was a lot of fun to do. Like, I honestly, like, I love that figure. It's unbelievable. Actually, here, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab it because I like showing that one off. But yeah, so I just like climb all my furniture as like I'm a child, but I'm kind of pinned myself in with this table I'm using for the box. But yeah, so here is the Pennywise from MEZCO, and this thing is just unbelievable. I did do a full review, as Matthew said, but yeah, this thing, just between like the detailing on the fabric suit, with like all the ruffles and just amazing like just stitch of work that they put on this thing, and then like it came with 4 face sculpts. This is probably one of my favorite ones. The other one that I like is more of just the normal kind of looking grin with the sinister eyes. And then I've been going back and forth to where I've been, half the time I have him in this pose holding the boat. And then the other half I've been having him with the other face sculpt that I like holding the balloon, kind of like, the normal Pennywise kind of pose. But yeah, no, this thing is unreal. If you collect horror and you collect MEZCO, I cannot recommend this figure enough. It's a little bit more, I think it's a little bit pricier than most MEZCOs. I think this one runs $100 right now. But honestly, like with the stuff that you get and the detail in this, it's worth every penny. I absolutely love this figure. I can't recommend, yeah, like I said, if you're a horror fan, I cannot recommend that one enough. But let's see, what Batman Hot Toy do you want to see? Because I can grab I have a lot of them. And so later, if you want, Christian, I can kind of give you a little quick tour of my Batman collection. I can't right now because the iPad I'm using is almost dead, so I have to just sit on this charger just for a little bit longer, and I can't move it right now or else I'm gonna lose everything. But I will definitely show you guys if you guys want to see some of the Batman Hot Toys. I can definitely show you guys that today. But yeah, so overall, if you guys didn't see me unbox this, I am absolutely in love with this guy. I was not expecting this figure to be as cool or as, I don't know, well built as it is. yeah, McFarlane absolutely nailed this, and kind of has blown me away with this Batman line. So I am super excited to grab some of the other ones and see what else they have. So the only thing I am kind of seeing that, I mean, this is just super nitpicky, but like on the gauntlets here, the spikes, it looks like they mine are a little bit warped, so I gotta take a hairdryer to that and see if I can straighten them out just a little bit. But actually, you know, I wonder if that's how it was meant to be molded or if that's just how it was in the box. But either way, I mean, that's literally the only flaw I can see in this thing. Everything else just looks damn good. Man, yeah, I am, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just gushing over this figure. But no, that is fantastic. But let's see. So, and he does come with, so it looks like we have our grappling gun with the actual like grappling hook being fired out of it. That looks pretty cool. Not as much detail on this as I guess I would have expected coming from McFarlane. But I mean, it's a $20 figure, so don't expect too much out of it. But it looks pretty cool. I doubt I'll probably pose him with this. And then he does come with, honestly, a pretty crappy, if I'm being honest, this is a pretty crappy Batarang. Like it's just a solid black bat. Like there's really no real detail on this at all. And I don't even think, I guess his hands are open. I thought they were closed fists, so I guess you could get that in there. I can see what it looks like actually in his hand. Yeah, like, I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it doesn't, like, I don't know, it doesn't look as cool as I think it could. I'll probably just have him holding nothing and just kind of looking, I don't know, menacing, standing up with that amazing cape. I think that's probably my favorite feature on this guy. I mean, just everything. That cow looks awesome. Yeah, this is unbelievable. This is an awesome figure. I am very glad I was able to pick this up. So yeah, so then it does come with, I have obviously like here, and it's still in the box, but it does come with a base that you can have him stand on, which is a cool addition. And it does say DC. That's cool. I was wondering if it had like any bat logo or anything, but it does say DC on it, so that's cool. Yeah, the Capula's black and white Batman is amazing. Are you talking about the actual figure or the actual black and white statue? Because they actually make both. I have the normal Capullo Batman figure. That's the 6-inch. And that one's really cool. The black and white one does look really cool as well. I have the Gimli sketch Batman. That's one of my favorite Batman figures I own. I have that in my collection as well. So yeah, so some really cool stuff coming out of DC right now. But yeah, beyond happy for that. Yeah, so the black and white statue collection is something that I really would like to get into. I haven't gotten into yet. The one that I kind of really would want to get would be the McFarlane one that they released. I think did I pre-order that? I think I have that pre-ordered, and I will probably end up picking that up when it comes out. Like I said, McFarlane's my favorite artist. Batman's my favorite character, so the fact that they did a black and white statue based on McFarlane's artwork, and you know, it's kind of a no-brainer for me to pick that one up. All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and crack this guy open. So, like I said, please forgive me. I am not a huge Harry Potter guy. I am not. I've seen the movies. I have not read the books. My wife, if you've watched any of my tour videos, I have shown tours of her collection. She is probably, with how I am about Batman, that's how she is with Harry Potter, which is really cool because it's something that like I enjoy to, you know, like when things like this come out, I pre-order them for her, and I don't know, it's kind of fun to be able to, I don't know, like kind of have a common, I mean, obviously we have a lot of common interests, but like something specifically about like, you know, nerdom and fandom about, you know, finding things that we like and collecting figures and all that stuff. So she does like a lot of the pops and everything like that, but I've been getting her the Star Ace Harry Potter figures, and then now, once Hot Toys has a license for Fantastic Beasts, we went ahead and got her the, I can't think, oh man, Grindelwald. Sorry, again, I am terrible with the names. So, open up the box, this is what we get. So, obviously, we have the Johnny Depp character. We have a couple of accessories that look really cool, and yeah, let's go ahead and open everything up, and we'll show you what we have. Yeah, I'm super interested to see what this looks like. So we bought, this was probably, I think, 2 years ago, when the first Fantastic Beasts came out. Star Ace did a Newt figure, a 1/6 scale figure that we bought, and that one turned out really cool. I actually did a review on that one, and I'll probably do a full review on this guy as well, and post it here in a couple days. But what they originally, so Star Ace did the Newts, and then we got this Grindelwald to go with her Newt. So I'm super curious to see kind of the differences between, you know, a Hot Toy and Star Ace. I like Star Ace. Star Ace has done some really cool stuff, and really everything that we've gotten from them has been really cool. But I do feel like Hot Toys puts a little bit more detail and kind of care into their figures. So yeah, like I said, I'm super cool. I'm super interested to see what this guy looks like. All right, so kind of the first thing, as with all my Hot Toys reviews, if you guys have watched them, here we have the base. I'm going to be really dumb here. I don't know if that symbol has any significance to Fantastic Beasts or Harry Potter. I mean, to me, it just looks like a tile kind of floor in a circular pattern. So don't kill me if there's something I'm missing here, but that's just what it looks like to me. And it does have the plaque right there of the Gellert. Gellert, is that how you pronounce it? Grindelwald. So we have the base, and then we have. So we have the little crotch stand here to hold them. So let's go ahead and get this paper or plastic off the stand. Blow, yes, no, Blow was a fantastic movie. I like that one quite a bit. I'm trying to think, favorite Johnny Depp movie. I honestly don't know. I like, probably for me it would be like maybe Edward Scissorhands, like going back to like when I was in elementary school. I really enjoyed Edward. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, pretty much anything he's done with Tim Burton has been pretty good. But yeah, he's definitely done some really good movies and work throughout his career. Obviously a little bit odd, but I kind of feel like to be a good actor, you kind of have to have a little bit of you have to have a little bit of sense of oddity to you to really, you know, to undertake these roles and become these characters. Yeah. So I think they kind of just looking. I think they've got a pretty good face sculpt here. Definitely like the hair sculpting and coloring and everything looks really freaking good. But yeah, no, I think that definitely looks quite a bit like Johnny Depp from what I remember in that movie. Yeah, that's the stuff that they can do is just it's unbelievable. The way that they're able to get this detail into face sculpts and the way they paint them and just everything that goes into making these figures is just it's kind of insane when you really think about it, and just how talented a lot of these people who produce these are. All right, yeah, Sweeney. Oh, I completely forgot about Sweeney Todd. That was a fantastic one as well. Well, I mean, wait, because I'm probably gonna be because Johnny Depp was in the first Nightmare on Elm Street, right? So I mean, technically, that'd probably be my favorite movie of his. For like what the 20-30 minutes he's in it, like I don't think he's in it very long because he's the one that gets sucked down sucked in the bed, right? If I'm remembering my Nightmare on Elm Street kills correctly. I'm pretty sure he was the one that gets sucked in the bed and then gets spit back out. But yeah, sorry, I'm trying to get these boots undone with the plastic. But yeah, so far this is really cool. Like I really like the cloak or like the overcoat, trench coat that they gave him. That looks really cool. It's a nice suede pattern. The pants are like that really nice pleather. Ton of detail, like with all the buckles and everything there around his waist. And then we actually have his chains with his little conquest keepsakes, and then there's actually metal chains that are holding the purple vest underneath his robes together, which is a really cool detail. Just so many like little things like that that Hot Toys puts into these that you can't get really anywhere else. And it just looks so good in displays, in my opinion. If you're into the movies, like I wish Hot Toys would do a little bit more as far as like actually doing comic and TV show related things as opposed to only the movies. I know they do like the Arkham video game series. They do a lot of video games, but I wish they would do like some more comic based figures, especially like of the superhero stuff. I just think that would be like it'd just be a lot cooler and a little bit more kind of diverse to a Hot Toys collection to be able to have comic figures as well as everything from the movies. All right. So I hate it when they do this. So they actually put like plastic in the joints, which I get why they do that, but like a lot of times, like now, it's a pain in the butt to try to. I always feel like I'm gonna break the figure by pulling, at the joints and trying to get all the stuff out and get it all unwrapped. But we'll get there. Let's see. Oh, yep, Fear and Loathing. I completely forget all the movies that he's in. Yeah, Fear and Loathing is another good one. I haven't seen that in years. I haven't watched that since college. That was a very good film. Let's see. And honestly, usually I use scissors. My scissors are not down here at this point, so I'm doing this the not proper way. I'm just kind of tearing open these plastic bags. So normally if you get a Hot Toy, you probably shouldn't do this. You should just cut them off, but that'll be all right. There we go. But yeah, they have like this like weird like real thin plastic that they put like over the joints now, and yeah, definitely a lot of times I know they're just ball joints, but like I hate taking off feet when they're not meant to be changed out, and I'm always afraid that like I'm gonna break something, or like one of the pegs are gonna snap off, or something dumb like that's gonna happen. But usually like Sideshow and Hot Toys, like they're really good. Let's see. They're really good. If like anything like that does happen, they'll replace the part pretty quickly. See, Christian says, I don't own any Hot Toys, but I would love to get Batman Beyond and Arkham Knight. Yes, so I have Arkham Knight. He is unbelievable. I bought him at Kokomo Toys on a trip that I went up there with Cincy, Josh, Craig, and Billy, and that was amazing. That figure is unbelievable. I really wasn't necessarily going to buy that until I saw it in the case, and it was crazy. The Batman Beyond, I pre-ordered that the second they announced it and put it up on Sideshow. I pre-ordered that one. That one looks amazing. I do have the forget what they called it. It was the Arkham City. It was the Arkham Knight Batman, but it was the black and red version. It wasn't the true Batman Beyond one. I can't remember what the actual tagline or like what the version was called. I do have that one, and that one looks really cool in the black and red. I'll show that to you here in a second. But yeah, so this is our Grindelwald all unplastified, and honestly, he looks freaking fantastic. Yeah, like just some really cool details. Like I said, the pants are like a nice like pleather material. Some really nice detailing there all throughout the boots. That looks really, really cool. Then just like everything up here in the vest is just, the detail on it is just stunning. Yeah, this is so freaking cool. And like even just on the back of the coat, all the little details there, just looks really, really awesome. So yeah, so let's go ahead and we'll get him kind of in a little pose, and I'll show you guys all the accessories that he does come with, because he actually comes with quite a bit. So one of the things I do like, it looks like he actually comes with one of the hands as actually already has the wand in it, which I really like, because all the Star Ace ones, those actually did not have the actual wand in the hand, so you had to put it in there, and it just ends up falling out. So yeah, so essentially what we have here is, so if we open up the hands accessories, what we have with this guy is looks like we have a couple different options as far as, and these might actually hold the wand. It kind of looks like they might. So you have like just kind of a slightly open hand. You have one where it's kind of, it looks like he's like kind of pushing the top of the wand there, little thumbs up kind of pose hand. And then the fourth hand we have is the one that actually has the wand already in it. That's really nice. And then we are, like I said, we are also given, oh shoot, let's see, we are also given, I put that back in there, we're also given just the wand. And that looks really cool with the amount of detail and everything that they have on just a small little piece. So yeah, so those are like the hand displaying options. And we'll probably go ahead and let's just go ahead and change out this one. This is my wife's toy, and I'm just sitting here and going to fully pose it and play with it. Now let's see. So yeah, so let's go ahead and while we have it open, go ahead and change out this for, all right, so that looks good. Get it in a little bit more of a natural pose here. Then let's see, let's do, I don't like this hand. We're gonna switch out the other one too. And then she can do whatever she wants with it as soon as this one looks a little bit more natural and a little bit more open as opposed to that one that was a little bit more, I don't know, like kind of had more of a kind of claw to it, like he was actually grabbing something. But yeah, this one looks just a little bit more in a natural kind of relaxed pose. And let's see if we can, let's get his legs in a little bit more of a natural kind of stance, as opposed to just give him a little bit more life. Now he kind of looks like he's about ready to, like he's staring down somebody about ready to, I guess, magical duel him. I mean, that's something that they do in Harry Potter, right? Maybe bend that just a little bit. See, now that just looks odd. Maybe bring it down to his head tilted, bring up the cuff a little bit. Sorry, I'm just like, now I'm just being like kind of weird with it, and as I'm trying to get him posed somewhat naturally. But yeah, I mean, overall, this is if you're a Harry Potter fan, just like first glance, just like kind of looking at him, this is definitely something. If you collect the 1/6 scale figures from Star Ace, I definitely feel like this is going to fit with that extremely well. I think that Hot Toys did a phenomenal job getting the likeness in the suit and everything. Just looks amazing. So yeah, if you collect the Star Ace Harry Potter stuff, definitely recommend this Grindelwald. He just I mean, like I said, just in the 5 minutes I've been messing with him, he looks and honestly feels fantastic. A lot of like really premium kind of quality in the details on him. You know, just everything from the vest, the pants, to all the buckles and the overcoat. You can't take this overcoat off. I'm not going to right now. If I do a full review, I'll obviously do all that. But you can take that off if you want it off. I kind of like the trench coat, but like I said, it's my wife's figure, so she can do whatever she wants with it. It did come with a couple other accessories. So it does come up with a light up skull. So there's this skull right here. There is just a little battery pack, and then as with all Hot Toys that have a light up feature, it does come with the batteries. So essentially, any Hot Toy that has a light up feature, they're going to come with just these like watch batteries essentially. And then it looks like you just unscrew the little panel there, pop them in, and then it'll turn on and off like so. I don't know. I don't remember a skull from the movie lighting up or anything like that, but obviously there must have been one for Hot Toys to make something like this. So yeah, so there's that in the light up feature, and then and maybe you guys know, I'm kind of curious on what this is. Is this a skull bong? Like, I would assume this is something, hey Josh, what is going on? Oh, just unboxing, my wife's figure. Since she took a week to unbox it, I figured I was just gonna go ahead and do it. But yeah, so yeah, I don't remember like a skull bong thing from the movie. So if someone could tell me exactly what this is, dude, I'm right there with you. And as we have talked, hopefully next week on May 12th, hopefully we can definitely get down to the toy department when they reopen. If not, we're gonna have to do something soon. There's a store up near you. Anything that we can do, I'm 100% in. Oh, so this is removable, and you can actually put it on either this skull or the light up skull. So that's actually cool. But yeah, I don't remember this from the movie at all. So I don't remember them smoking out of a skull. But what's that say? Oh, there's actually, I have no idea what that says, but there's actually like an inscription, like in a design on that skull. Yeah, no, we definitely mixed them up. So this is the Grindelwald from the Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald. So the Johnny Depp's character. This is Shannon's figure, not mine. So so it's definitely something that yeah, it looks awesome. It's one of those things that, like, I'm not super big into the fandom, but I can definitely appreciate a masterpiece of a figure, and this is definitely one of them. Yeah, like I said, if this is something that, if you're a Harry Potter fan and you collect 1/6, this looks a lot better. Like, I like the Star Race Newt looks really cool, but this one looks so much better, and I'm kind of tempted to go ahead and just order the wife the Hot Toys Newt and replace her Star Race, because I just think this one looks so insanely cool, and I think the Newt from Hot Toys would look a little bit better than the Star Race one. But yeah, and then so the last thing that this does come with, actually there's a couple things. Sorry. So there is this. I don't know exactly what this is. I probably should have done some research before I, did all this. But it looks like there's a pendant necklace. Again, I don't remember it from the movie, but there's a necklace of some sort that comes with this accessory for this figure. So I'd assume you can just, like so, and you can wear that. So that kind of odd. Normally when Hot Toys does stuff like this, they actually give you an actual chain. This is like just like a shiny piece of rope. And obviously it's not laying as nicely as I think I would want it to for a high-end figure like this. So that looks a little bit kind of odd, honestly. But yeah, no, that's an option if you want to display it with that. How in the world they have that in there? Oh, I see. I'll put that back here in a second. And then the last piece, so this is Sideshow had a like special exclusive edition that you could only get through Sideshow, and then that one came with this. And again, I'm sorry, I don't know the characters' names, but he came with Grindelwald's bird friend. This thing looks really cool. Amazing detail and sculpted version here, and then it does have the actual true. These are actually like the real fake feathers, or like they're the ones you can buy at the craft store. So there are actual like furry feathers there on the tail, which looks really nice. So you could probably just have him like standing at Grindelwald's feet, which would probably look pretty freaking cool. So yeah, so that's another really nice kind of display piece that you get with this figure. But outside of that, that looks like to be all the accessories except for like the additional wrist pegs and everything like that. So let's see, what did I miss? Dude, yeah, I think I might. This like I said, Star Ace makes some cool stuff, but they're not Hot Toys, and they don't necessarily put in the same amount of detail that Hot Toys does. So I think getting the Hot Toys Newt's gonna look a little bit better standing next to this guy. Let's see, Christian, the Hasbro purse. This looked dope. Missed the pre-order though. It was sold out 100%. Yeah, the Snake Eyes did look pretty cool from the packaging. I think looked really awesome as well, with everything that they had, like in the actual foam casing and everything. This is too much for I might now. Yeah, so I've never actually ordered anything from Hasbro Pulse, but seeing what everyone else goes through, I don't know if I ever would even try. Okay, so yeah, so that's everything for this Grindelwald. So you guys wanted to see some Hot Toy Batman. Let's see. So I can show you here. I'll grab a couple that you guys, Christian, you wanted to see, and then I'll kind of show some of those off. Let me get this back in the packaging and everything before we do that. All right. So. So there's that. I'll go ahead and move this guy. Actually, we'll just go ahead and keep him here so people can kind of see what we've been looking at so far if anybody new joins. All right, so I'm going to grab a couple. Everybody, let's see. All right, so kind of Christian. So this is what I had. That was kind of the I guess Batman Beyond-esque. So this is the Future Knight version of the Arkham Knight's Batman. So you can kind of see here, it's the the black armor with obviously like all the red accents. This thing looks amazing. The only bad thing about this is exactly the same figure as the normal Arkham Knight Batman, just obviously a new paint scheme. The actual Batman Beyond that they are bringing out actually is the armor that is the actual Batman Beyond armor for the DLC skins that you could get from the Arkham Knight video game. But this thing, even though it's just a repaint, this thing is amazing. And then the other figure that you said you're interested in is Arkham Knight. And once again, this guy looks amazing. Everything on the armor is interchangeable. So basically you get two masks. So you get the Red Skull mask, and then you get the Arkham Knight. You get all the Arkham Knight armor, which is the blue armor. And then so all these blue pieces can actually change out for the Red Hood armor. So everything's red. So that's a really simple change. And it looks really cool. So you can display him as the Arkham Knight or actually Red Hood, which is a really cool option. I'm a sucker for heavily armored Batman characters. That's the main reason why as soon as I actually saw this piece actually like in person, I had to pick him up. Just the detailing on the armor and and everything about him is unbelievable. He goes so well with the Deathstroke that I have from Arkham Origins. They're both unbelievable pieces. So yeah, if you're eyeing any Batman Hot Toys, these two are definitely two of my top. And even honestly, just the normal Arkham Knight Batman. I just love the really heavily armored look from Arkham Knight, and yeah, the black and red just pop so incredibly well. So let's see what we have. I missed some stuff. Any of the MEZCO Batmans you've been eyeing? So basically, what I've been kind of looking for the MEZCO Batmans is to kind of backfill a little bit with the Batman or the actual Batman. So what I want to find is the Ascending Knight, and then the is it the, because the Ascending Knight was supposed to be like the original suit, and then it's not Modern Knight. I can't remember what the name of it is, but whatever the most current one is, and then they have the one coming out that's like the future, basically the future Batman. I wouldn't mind getting all three, at least one of all three of those. I don't have to have all the color variants or anything like that. Wouldn't mind getting one of each of those. I really want to get the Joker, the Clown Prince of Crime version. I think that looks really cool. It looks a little bit more, I guess, kind of like punkish. A little bit more kind of up to date with some of the more modern Joker takes in the comics. Really like that one. Wouldn't mind. Mr. Freeze is definitely one that I really want to get. And then, honestly, I'd really like to get the Commissioner Gordon with the Bat Signal. I think that'd be another one I'd really want to pick up. I probably wouldn't pick up Catwoman just because I did buy her and I ended up sending her back because I didn't like her. And then the other thing is, what was the other one? The Harley Quinn, like the comic version of Harley Quinn. I wouldn't mind picking that one up as well. Let's see. Halloween Night. So I absolutely love these two figures. Like I said, Christian, I highly recommend those. They're unbelievable. I personally like the Arkham series. The Hot Toys does better than the movie ones. The movie ones are really cool. I have a lot of them, but the Arkham series, I buy every single figure that they release. I have the Arkham Asylum Joker. I have the Deathstroke. I have the only Arkham video game figure I'm missing is I don't have the Arkham City Batman, but I've seen him at quite a few cons. I'll be able to eventually get him in my collection. Let's see. You say so? Yeah, Josh. So I'm kind of, no, you know me. I get so anxiety filled when I come to selling things. The Marvel stuff is what I want to sell, just because I could buy all the Batman Hot Toys and Kenner figures I'm missing, and I could honestly sink a lot of that into the MEZCO collection as well. So I keep going back and forth. Like I could even buy like some really cool statues for Batman. I like my Marvel collection. I enjoy, it looks really good. I have almost all the MCU characters. I probably wouldn't sell my Spider-Man characters just because that's the Marvel character I like the most. But I don't know, every time I go to try to think about selling it, I get all anxious and I'm like, well, maybe I don't want to, and then I don't. But I keep toying with the idea of just selling all my Marvel stuff to just focus 1000% on Batman and Star Wars, which I am doing, but I could get so much more that I'm missing if I would just let go of the Marvel stuff. But we'll see. We'll see. Which would be so my favorite. So Matthew, so like all together out of all Batman, or just out of like, or so out of like the Arkham series, or all of like my Hot Toys Batman? Is that what you're asking? I'm not sure like which one my favorite out of these two. Honestly, my favorite would be the Arkham Knight. Like, I like this one a lot, but I already have, like, I have 2 versions of this figure, and I'll soon to be 3 when the Prestige version comes out later this year. So this one I like a little bit more, just because it's a unique character, and that you only, as of right now, they've only made one Arkham Knight figure. Let's see. Let's see. Oregon, what is up? Thank you. Yeah, no, these are both figures, awesome figures. The whole reason I went live today was to show this one off, though, as my Batman collection has dominated this Grindelwald. But yeah, so this is the figure that I went actually into today to unbox. Let's see. So out of sorry, I lost my track on the comments here. Out of the MEZCOs you want, probably out of the MEZCOs I want probably that Joker, the Prince Crime, just because I like that look of him so much. I would say that's probably the one that I want. That's probably my favorite out of that. Let's see. Also, my favorite Batman game. I assume you mean Arkham Knight. I think City might be my favorite. I don't know. I really liked Asylum too. I liked all of them, even Origins. But I think City might be my favorite of the four games. I hope supposedly they might be doing another one, so I'm excited for that. Arkham. Okay, they better, with all of these Arkham characters they are making out of Hot Toys, they better make a Scarecrow. I'm gonna be really pissed if they don't end up doing a Scarecrow. That design of Scarecrow from those games is unbelievable. It's such a unique like horror take on the character, and I absolutely love it. So I'm that's the one I am like holding on like to every hope that they're going to make an Arkham Hot Toy for Scarecrow from the games, because that would just be amazing. Let's see, what Marvel stuff do you have? So pretty much, Marvel wise, for Hot Toys, I have the PS4 Advanced Suit Spider. I have Iron Spider. I don't know, you can kind of, you guys can't really see. It's in that corner. I have Iron Spider from Infinity War. I have the Homecoming homemade suit and tech suit. I have the Netflix Daredevil and Punisher. I have the Thor Ragnarok, Gladiator Thor, and Gladiator Hawk. I have Doctor Strange from the first Doctor Strange. I have Star-Lord, Adult Groot, and Rocket, all from Guardians 1. Captain America from Civil War, Captain America from Infinity War, Bucky, Winter Soldier from Civil War, and then the Iron Man Mark 45 from Age of Ultron. I think that's all the Marvel ones I think that's all the Marvel ones I have. So quite a few. The ones I like, I really I've always wanted to kind of sell are the Iron Man. Because I'm not a huge fan of the character, and the Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Just because again, like I like the movies, but it's just like I've never really it's not a character that I like really connect with or anything like that. Actually, it was funny. The wife and I were sitting down here the other day, and I did calculations, and calculations of how much I have spent on all this stuff, and it's dumb. I think like right now I'm up to, including Batman, Star Wars, because Batman alone I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 17 Batman Hot Toy and Sideshow 1/6 scale figures, just Batman alone. And then I have all the Marvel, and then I have all my Star Wars, because I think it's like I'm pretty much like up to like right now Hot Toys wise I'm around I think 40-ish in the collection, so I could definitely stand to purge some at this point. Yeah, it's an addiction, and it's a problem. And so if you let's see, yeah, why you have to bring? I didn't even think about that, Josh. Why do you have to bring that up? Yeah, the art is another thing that is kind of pricey. But the art, I don't know, like the art I find a little bit different, just because that's like, I don't know, that's one of a kind. It wasn't something. Well, yeah, I mean, I've got to do something to calm the nerves at this point, Matthew. But Yeah, so I am doing. I'm working on a really kind of fun tour collection that I hope to have up here probably next weekend. I'm doing it. I'm doing. Josh knows what I'm doing, but I'm doing it in a very different format that I think I'm having a lot of fun with. But it's taking me forever to edit, which is fine. Like it's I'm really excited with how it is turning out, and I've been playing around with a lot of different ways to. Like just showcase my collection a little bit in just newer ways and a little bit kind of a throwback to like a 90s early 2000s TV show. So I should hopefully have a full collection video up soon where I'll take you through everything that I have currently, so you can see like everything in the Batman and that includes figures and art. So yeah. So Oregon win or so Oregon, I'm not sure how to pronounce that with the last part of it. So, but yes, no, I fully agree. Art is the best part. That is the best part of conventions. So like that's pretty much the reason I go. I'm not a I'm not a huge fan. I'm not a big autograph person from actors and things like that. So like that part of the con, like why it's really cool. Like I love to go to the panels and like listen to stories and everything about like different shows and how things are filmed. That's really cool. I really enjoy that. My wife isn't a little bit more into that side of things, whereas I'm all about the artists and the creators. So like if like pretty much when I go to a convention, I have, as Josh can attest, that when we went to C2E2 a couple years ago, I literally had a rolling suitcase filled with comics that all I wanted to do was just go around and basically get autographs. And I collect trade paperbacks and hardcovers, so I'm not really a single issue guy. I just have them sign all my trade paperbacks, and I try to get as many commissions as I can get done from my favorite artists. And yeah, it's kind of rewarding, like to be able to go to a con and actually meet someone's art who you absolutely love and be able to bring home an actual original piece that they did just for you, or buy an actual page that we was actually used for the actual comic. Like it's really rewarding and really cool. So Matthew, so this is I'm drinking a Seventh Son, which is a brewery from Columbus. This is their pale ale I picked up Friday when the shop that I go to a lot reopened. I had to go support them, so pick that up. It's pretty good if you like a little bit bitter, like a little bit bitter, more on the bitter side pale ales. It's really good. Let's see. It's actually dope though, dude. The art ties in your collection, Yep. Yeah, and then that's like I don't know, because like that's the thing. Like the reason I collect the figures and everything like that is because of like the comics. So it all like kind of ties together, and I don't know, like I love the way it displays kind of behind all the figures, and I don't know, it's just something I've always found. I can't draw at all. I can't even draw a stick figure. So like to be able to see like what these artists are able to produce, and it's kind of cool to have them draw something specifically for you. So I don't know, it's like don't get me wrong, like obviously like I love this aspect of collecting. I love like going out, hanging out. Like I have met probably honestly my four closest friends I met through doing all this, and we talk every day, and Josh obviously being one of them. So like this kind of whole collection has brought so many like really cool things into my life that and it all stems from comics. So I don't know, like that art's just kind of another aspect of it. That's really just really awesome. So what else have I missed? David Patrick, what is going on? So Weimaraner? Sorry, I'm terrible with names. So I butchered that. I know I did. And it's funny. I'm a hockey fan. Like I should be used to like really crazy names. That was the first time we went on an actual con together. I'm like, damn, dude, right? That's such a fun show. Getting into the exploits that we did in the hotel bar and some other fun stuff. That was such a fun trip. I wish I could have actually ridden up with you guys, but it was fun just to be able to meet up and actually and hang out at the show. And oh man, it was a fantastic experience. Getting out there to hang out with you guys. Wish I could have stayed Saturday too, but had to get back for Saturday, so we just stayed up that Friday. But man, that was such a great show and such a good time. And I got to watch Josh's first ever art transaction, and it was glorious, absolutely glorious. Let's see. All about experiences. Yep, fully agree. Dave says, "What's up, Josh? Bro, I remember asking so many questions." Nah, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. You like honestly like art's like one of those things like anyone can, but it's the same thing like even honestly like you guys know so much more about figures and like different lines and all this stuff, and I ask you guys questions all the time. So yeah, no, it's not at all, man. It was not annoying at all. I was excited to see you getting excited about art. That was what was really exciting about it, was seeing someone else that was just kind of discovering like the art side of a convention and seeing like you guys really embrace it was just unbelievable. Yeah, that was so cool. Let's see what else we got. Got to support local? Yes, we do. Yep, I fully agree, especially right now. Well, thank you, Christian. I appreciate that. Give us a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. Let's see. Sometimes was Josh Pinch. Which Hellboy MEZCO figures would you like to see in the toy form? So are we So the Hellboy. So are we talking like the newest David Harbour Hellboy, or are we talking like the old Ron Perlman Hellboy? Because I'm trying to think honestly. So I'm a huge Hellboy fan. Like it's one of my favorite comics, but I did not care for the David Harbour movie, and not because of David. Like I thought he was actually a decent Hellboy, but like I don't know. They try to cram like 4 different storylines into the main overall Wild Hunt storyline, and they didn't really like flesh anything out. I don't know. It just for me it didn't tell a coherent Hellboy story. It was like they were trying to take every Hellboy story that had ever been told in the comics and smash it into one, and then just some kind of janky special effects. And I don't know. It just like I felt that they tried too hard to be Deadpool with like the hard R rating, which I'm fine with. Like Hellboy probably should be rated R. It should be violent. It should have cussing. Like it should have those things. And Hellboy, yes, is very quippy. Like he has some good one-liners, but he's not Deadpool. And I feel like they were just trying to capitalize on the success of Deadpool, and they just pushed it a little bit too far in that realm, and kind of lost the tone of what Hellboy should be. Let's see, Ron Perlman Hellboy movies from the first one and the second one. So like I know MEZCO did like they'd actually have a fairly decent line of the Hellboy. The ones I would like to pick up from that would be the Abe Sapien. I would obviously like a couple of the Hellboys. I would like to pick up. I can't remember the captain with the full black mask and like the blades on his arm. Shoot, I can't remember his name. Oh, but he was one of the he was like one of the Nazi commanders. Crap, I can't remember his name, but I would like to pick up that one. Yeah, there's quite a few. The only thing that sucks is like those MEZCOs go for insane amount of money at cons. Like I've seen them go for like between 100 150 a piece. And yeah, those are crazy. I agree. Like I wish they would have just made a Hellboy 3. I don't know. Like, and it sounded like Ron Perlman was actually up for it. So I don't really know kind of like what transpired there that made them, wait so many years and then try this reboot, which it wasn't great. Like I bought it just because I like to buy everything Hellboy I can, but it just just was not. It was not a great film, but yeah. So yeah, that was pretty much it. If you guys weren't here at the beginning part of this, I also unboxed this McFarlane action figure here for Batman. This is the Detective Comics issue 1000 Batman, and this was probably a terrible purchase because if I'm being dead honest, this is probably one of the unboxing this figure. If you guys were here, you saw my face and you saw my reaction, and this is probably one of the most excited I have been to unbox a figure and kind of mess around with one. I am absolutely in love with this thing, and this thing is probably going to open up the Pandora's box of having to buy every McFarlane Batman figure that they bring out. I am insanely impressed with the this quality, and just all the detailing and just the articulation, and yeah, this is one of the coolest like $20 price point Batman figures I have seen. Like it blows anything Mattel or DC Direct does out of the water, in my opinion. Just like I said, with the detailing it has, the articulation it has, which is insane to say for a McFarlane figure. But this seems really freaking good, and yeah, I'm blown away by this figure. So I'm definitely going to be picking up the Batman Who Laughs. You'll probably go ahead and pick up Nightwing, and then probably also Batgirl. Probably pick her up, and then see if I can find the Hellbat, the animated series. I know I can find. I've seen them actually quite a few places. So yeah, so this is probably a new addiction for me as far as figures with the McFarlane line of Batman, because this thing is fantastic. So I'm super curious. I'm super cool to see what else they do from this DC Batman line, because this is awesome. Let's see. So it's a phenomenal Batman figure, which is something I honestly I figured it'd be good, but I didn't think it was going to be like, I don't know, just everything from like the solid build to the details and everything just are fantastic, and it looks awesome. Let's see. Boxes were fantastic. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that. You guys jump on the McFarlane's. I did. So I backed the 3-pack. The ones I really want are the classic and the artist proof. But since the modern is going to come with like the shoestring laced together face, I figured I might as well get that one too. And I was like, I knew I would probably kick myself if I didn't buy the 3-pack. So yeah, I just went ahead and got the back the 3-pack, and hopefully they are as cool as this. And from what I'm seeing, like all the videos McFarlane's or Todd's putting out, the articulation looks very similar to what I'm seeing here, which I'm extremely excited about. It's going to be that 7-inch scale, which is what this Mortal Kombat Spawn is, and which is what this is. So it'll be a really nice kind of good size of a figure, which means they should be able to get a lot of detail into it, hopefully a lot of articulation, and yeah, I'm super excited to see what all three of those figures look like. And I'm cool to see, like what I'm anticipating to see is McFarlane is usually like on the forefront of like kind of the way toys change. So I'm very curious to see if this changes, if all of a sudden we start seeing Hasbro, Mattel start doing Kickstarters and doing more direct to consumer type figures based on like things like Kickstarter. And so yeah, so I'm curious to see if this changes anything that we'll get from other toy manufacturers, since this is already up to, I think, like last I looked at, that was like 2.4 million, and like the original goal was like, I think 300,000. It is going insane, and I think it shows that people still really care about Spawn. They still really care about really cool detail in their figures and everything like that. And yeah, hopefully McFarlane delivers, and I think they will. Let's see. The thing looks amazing. Hellboy main villain in the first movie is Rasputin, great. And the monster is Samuel that Hellboy fights in the first movie. Okay, that's what I was thinking of then. I think that looks amazing. Personally, I would like to see a wired soft goods cape. I'm sure somebody will make one. Are you talking about Spawn, or are you talking about this Batman? I don't know. I like the thing I like about. I'm not a big fan of soft good capes, especially on this scale. Just because I like that's the thing I think I really like about this one is because it has such a unique detail, like molded cape in the shape. It just I don't know. It gives it such a cooler look, and I feel like the cape on Spawn is so unique to that character, and that's like one of those things. That like defines Spawn is the cape, is the armor. I don't know. I like the molded plastic. I am super curious on how it's going to work with the articulation. Because obviously, like if you've seen it, like it goes out to like here, like it's going to be a huge piece. And it looks like it's probably going to sit on the shoulders, much like this Batman. Which I mean, obviously, like this doesn't really hinder the articulation hardly at all. You can move it around quite easily. So I'm hoping that's what we're going to get with that Spawn figure as well. I mean, I'm sure someone will do a custom cloth soft goods cape that look probably just as good. But I kind of like the idea of having it be the molded plastic. Let's see. I can't wait for yes. So the McFarlane Cyberpunk line is cool. Not another retro channel, Craig. He actually did an unboxing a couple weeks ago. Go check out that video. He did the unboxing for the Cyberpunk line, and they look awesome. It's not something that like I'll probably get the game, but I doubt I'll collect any figures or anything from it. But the ones I've seen, and I've seen like hands on, they look really really freaking cool. So yeah, let's see. More Kickstarters would be ideal, and I think so. Like because the nice thing about the Kickstarter is it lets everyone who wants the figure can get it. They can get it, in the price point that they want. So like let's say like me, I don't display like my Hot Toys I do well somewhat like but like as far as like figures like this I really don't display them with accessories a lot of times. Like I usually like maybe I'll put a batarang in the hand. I don't really do a whole lot, a lot else as far as poses with a lot of accessories unless it's something a little bit more high end. So like it'd be like one of those like kind of something really cool where if Mattel or Hasbro puts out a legend and they want to make a bunch of accessories for it, right from the get go they can say okay X amount of people want this figure. This is how many we need to make, and that way ensures everyone gets it. The distribution isn't reliant on stores having to have the employees stock it at a certain time, and then you get rid of a lot of. Obviously, you're still gonna have scalpers because they're still gonna order them and things like that. But the chances of everyone getting who wants one just for themselves is much higher. And you much like this the Spawn one, you're able to pick the options you want. You can pick if you want it autographed, if you don't want it autographed, if you only want one of the figures, if you want all three, if you want a combination of one or two of them. It's all done very well, and I think that is like that as far as like collectors and things like that. That's what they have to do. Like I think that it's getting to the point where like selling figures and everything is such a huge booming business that I think that it'd be smart to not only for their own bottom line to be able to say okay we need to make we need to make 10,000 of these figures because that's how many people signed up for the Kickstarter, as opposed to maybe a figure not selling well, then they have 50 of them sitting at a Target on sale for $10. I don't know, like I just really think both for the company and obviously the collectors, the Kickstarter idea just works so the direct to the consumer just works so much better and gives just everybody a lot more options, a lot more stability with knowing what they need to do. And obviously like you can do the Kickstarter and then still make more and sell them at Target and things like that people that maybe don't want to do a Kickstarter. But I don't know, I think we're going to see a little bit more of a shift into something along those lines. And sorry, that was a like really long-winded answer to that. But Kickstarter. I love Kickstarters as well. This is the first figure set that I've done through Kickstarter. I've done a lot of comics. I've backed a lot of comics through Kickstarter. Those are always a lot of fun. But this is the first figure set, just because obviously it is McFarlane, it is Spawn. So I'm super excited about that. Shout out to Narc. Yes, definitely shout out to Narc. Shout out to Josh. Anybody else that's in here. Really the whole Sweet Spot, Cincy, Billy. Love all those guys. So obviously, if you're following me, you're definitely following all of them. But if this is in the weird off case you're not, go do that now, because they're all fantastic guys and they put out a lot of amazing content, and yeah, they're just fantastic guys. So go check all of them out. So yeah. Outside of that, how long has this been going on? Almost an hour and a half. I did not realize I had been on that long. Which is, I'm like I said, I'm not doing anything. The wife is painting our bedroom as I speak, and this is the first day we haven't been doing yard work. So I was actually able to kind of just relax today, and actually cleaned up and reorganized my basement. So actually, you know what? You guys have been really cool, and you guys have been talking about my collection. So I'm gonna go ahead. We're just gonna go ahead and give you a little. We're gonna give you a little preview to the tour video, and I'll just kind of give you a general walkthrough of the collection. All right, so kind of over here. This is kind of what I was doing today. I found the camera with my finger. So I moved kind of all my horror MEZCOs over here. So this is everything I have, plus Pennywise, which is over here. We will move him back. And I'm sorry, I don't know if comments will pop up on here while I'm doing it this way. So we'll see. So if I miss anything, I'll get back to it. But there it goes. So yeah, so that's my little horror MEZCO collection. This was the first one I picked up, the Ash from Evil Dead 2. So that's what started it all. That's one of my all-time favorite movies and characters. So yeah, I had to pick that up. And then coming over here. All right, so this is so the Alex is really cool. That's another one of my all-time favorite movies. I really like him. Obviously, you have to really like Clockwork Orange to really to really appreciate the figure. Oh, sorry, I'm giving you a close-up of Michael. But no, his detailing and everything is awesome. Comes with a lot of really cool accessories. If you're a fan of Clockwork, I think that's probably the best figure I've seen come out from any company. It's really cool. All right, so here's kind of the overview of my Spider-Man corner. So here we have all the legends and a couple selects. So a bunch of just kind of random things. Huge shout out to my good buddy Josh Pence. He actually gifted me that Spider-Punk, and he is one of my favorites in my Spider-Man collection. So huge thank you to him. Rhino. No, I actually don't have a Rhino. I wish I did. I missed out on the select version. So I actually don't have a Rhino in my collection. But yeah, a couple play arts, Kai's. Got the Venom, got the Spider-Man. That's like a Titan figure. And then, yeah, just a couple of different legends. Down here, just some villains, some selects. So, yeah, a very modest Spider-Man collection. And then here we have Gladiator Hawk, the tech suit, Spider-Man, Iron Spider, the homemade suit, and the tech suit from Homecoming, and then the Netflix Daredevil and Punisher, and then just some art that I have. This was actually the very first commission I ever commissioned. So yeah, I'm always going to remember that one. My picture when I actually got to meet Stan Lee. And let's see, yeah, just Neil Adams signed print, Ryan Stegman. This is actually Spider-Man, I think, what, 200? Yeah, that's signed by Stan Lee when I got to meet him. And then that was Daniel Warren Johnson, Spider-Man sketch that I got at C2E2. So some more of my Marvel Hot Toys. You can see here the Mark 45. There's the Groot and Rocket, and then Star-Lord, Doctor Strange, and then Gladiator Thor, Infinity War, Captain America, Civil War, Captain America Winter Soldier, and then the Mark 45. Probably one of my favorites pieces of art that I own is this sketch cover right here. So I got to meet, man, I cannot talk at all today. Oh my gosh, I can't, Steve McNevin. I couldn't even remember his name. So Steve McNevin, he was the actual artist on the original Civil War comic book, and I love his portrayal of Captain America, and I got to meet him at the Cincinnati Expo. It took me 3 days. So the way he works is he actually doesn't take a list. You have to wait in line, and he only takes like maybe 10 sketches a day. And the first 2 days I wasn't able to do it. The Sunday I got there at like 7 in the morning, waited outside the convention, like waited for them to open the doors. As soon as they opened the doors, I ran in. I was like fourth in line, and I waited like 5 hours to get him to do that. I asked him for a battle damage cap, and I think that turned out amazing. So we got a Daredevil from Sean Forney. This is a original page from Brian Level. I got it because it's Deadpool, and he's playing with action figures. It's from, I believe the issue this is from is I think it's Deadpool and the Mercs of Money, issue 6. I think that's page 1. Pretty sure that's what that's from. And then to kind of finish off my Marvel stuff, just some random selects and pops and some stuff there. So let's see. And then come over to my Batman art. So this is the Scarecrow I got this year. I was super excited about. So that was from Gavin Smith, who's a good friend of mine. That just turned out amazing. And then Stuart Sager did that, which was like a horror take on Joker inside Batman's head. And I just love how that turned out. Stephen Gunderson did this, or Jordan Gunderson, sorry, did this Killer Croc for me. And then kind of come over here. This is the main piece to my Batman collection. So we have just some pops, a couple NECA figures. This is one of my favorite figures in my entire collection. This is the Jim Lee sketched Batman. So, that figure is meant to look like a Jim Lee sketch, like a pencil sketch. So I think that looks amazing. And then coming down here, so these are some of the Hot Toys. So these are all actually Sideshow. So we have the comic Batman, comic Catwoman, and Killing Joke Joker. All of these look amazing. Really, really like this line. Then, that's normally I have both the normal Arkham Knight there and the black and red one, which I, moved over there. We have the Origins Joker, or the Asylum Joker, and then we have the Origins Deathstroke, and then normally Arkham Knight is right there next to him. And then as far as the movie side, let's see. So as far as the movie side, we have the Justice League armored suit and just normal suit, Batman, the Batfleck. We have the Batman v Superman, Batman, and Armored Batman, and then that's the black chrome edition. Here is actually my empty shelf, which is actually the Batman Begins Nolan verse. I have the Joker 2.0 bank robber, and then I have Two-Face from The Dark Knight, but are actually all up in my filming room because I just did the Two-Face review and I haven't actually brought them back down here yet. And then this shelf is just a mishmash. First ever Hot Toy I got, which is the Michael Keaton Batman Returns Batman, and then my wife bought me this Robin for Christmas, so super excited to have both of those. And yeah, this guy started everything. And then art. Oh, sorry. And then art, some more art here. Just some more Batman art from Gavin Smith, Lee Zofer. This is kind of hard to see, but it is signed by Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder. It's a metal print. Brian Level did that Batman vs. Bane. That's an original piece. Jason Fabik, that is a signed print that he did when I met him. He actually gave that to me free because I bought this head sketch from him. That's one of my favorite pieces in my collection. And then we have a Batman Spawn. We have a Jay Lee Batman, a Riley Rossmo, who's one of my favorite artists, Batman, and then a VK Marin Joker. And then my newest obsession, which has started this year, has been my Kenner Batman buying, so I've been trying to buy all the Kenner Batman Returns figures I can. So you can kind of see I have quite a few on card here. The Arctic, Air Attack, Deep Dive, Laser, Polar Blast. This is like the old Toy Biz Batman with the bat rope. I bought that actually at the Great Ohio Toy Show because that is one of the first figures I remember getting as a kid. And I love that thing. And to have it on card is just amazing. And not only that, but the actual price tag is from the department store that I actually bought it as a kid. So it was just, I don't know, it was super nostalgic. And yeah, like, I don't know, it's one of my favorite things in my collection. A couple of the 89 Kenner figures. Just some random kind of pops and different DC Direct. I'm trying to collect all of the Capullo series Batman. So I have the 0 Year, the like the armor, the tank suit, and then the normal 52 Batman. Have some of the villains from the Capullo series. So I have the Capullo Riddler, Joker, and Talon. And then obviously the animated series Joker, and then the Arkham City. I think it was the Arkham City, or maybe the Arkham Knight. One of the two, Professor Big. Yeah, so like that was a so yeah, so that was just like a real quick little tour of kind of everything that I have right currently in my collection. So yeah, so hope you guys enjoy that. Like I said, I'm doing an actually edited, like a lot more in-depth video. They'll probably hopefully have done next week. They'll have posted and you guys can see it. And then, like I said, we're starting to really lift a lot of the restrictions here in Ohio. So hopefully that means a lot of these stores and stuff are going to be start opening back up. Even if they have restrictions like we need a mask or something like that. I mean that's kind of all part of the game at this point. So so yeah, no, I think it's hopefully have some like a lot more different videos instead of just reviews and things like that coming out. But yeah, I think that's probably gonna do it, right? See, Josh says, "Great Scarecrow." Yeah, that Scarecrow, I love that piece. He absolutely nailed it. Basically, what I told him, I said he could pick. Gavin Smith was the artist, and I told him he could do any character, any Batman character he wanted, just make it horror themed, and he did that Scarecrow, and it was unbelievable. Matthew says collection is good. Thank you, I appreciate it. It's humble. Like I know like people like I've seen people with much bigger Batman collections, but I really like everything that I've been able to compile, and I think it looks really cool displayed. Still working on it though. Still quite a few things that I need to pick up, and like I said, MEZCO. Hopefully, I can start grabbing some of those and adding them. That Catwoman, yeah, I like that Catwoman a lot. That one was funny. I got it at the Cincinnati Expo back in September, and then we have a Christmas party here at our house with all of our neighbors, and some of the guys were laughing at that figure, and we're very interested in it, to say it nicely. Let's see. Yeah, Josh, you were. Yeah, so that was from the Columbus Toy Show. Yep, it was like the guy wanted like. I think he had like $25 on it, and it like goes for like 60 or 70. I got it for ridiculously cheap because and it was like hidden behind some stuff, and I just pulled it out, and sure enough, it was Batman. And I bought it like instantly. Yep, that was I think that was the first time we ever hung out. Was that Columbus Toy Show when you I think it was me, you, Billy, and Cincy all went up. First time we ever hung out, but that was a good day. That was a really good day. Let's see. Gimli sketch Batman is gorgeous. I know, right? Jim, like his art is fantastic. So actually, Matthew, so Val Kilmer, they have a prototype that they showed at New York Comic Con last year. That they are making a Val Kilmer Batman Forever hot toy. So that is something that is definitely on the like on their books and is definitely coming out. So yeah, I'm as soon as they put that one for pre-order, I'll get that. And they also have a Chris O'Donnell Robin from that movie coming out as well. So I'll be buying both of those for sure. Not my favorite Batman movie, but I'm still gonna buy them because they're Batman, and I think that'd be. And I love the suits. Like the suits were so cool. Let's see, amazing art. Thank you, Christian. I appreciate it. Thank you, Oregon. I really appreciate you guys hanging out, and glad you guys are enjoying the video. Yeah. That's when Cincy and I like sat like in Toys R Us's parking lot for like I don't know, it's probably a good 30 minutes before you guys showed up, but that's all good. Yeah, that one looks really cool. Like Sideshow. So if you go to Sideshow, just go to Hot Toys and then just click on like the Batman section, and then at the very bottom there'll be like a little preview, and it shows like 6 or 7 photos of it, and it looks awesome. Like it's like the suit, like it looks so cool. Yeah, I'm super excited for the Val Kilmer Batman Forever figure. Oh, and the base is cool because it's like it's like the question mark with the bat, like it's so cool looking. I'm super excited for when they actually when they actually get that one to market. Hopefully sometime soon, but I'm sure it's probably knowing Hot Toys is probably a couple years down the road before they show a preview and before they actually produce the figure. But yeah, man, 101 minutes already. This is awesome. This is like a fantastic way just to kill a Sunday afternoon when I have nothing going on and hang out with all you guys. This is awesome. If they do everyone from that movie, I would probably get them. Like I would get, like obviously I'll get a Robin. I would get a Jim Carrey Riddler. I'd probably get a Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face too. I think I would buy all of them. Honestly, I would buy all the Batman and Robin if they did a Clooney, even if they did a Alicia Silverstone Batwoman. I'd be all about that. Obviously, a Uma Thurman Poison Ivy. Give me a Arnold Mr. Freeze. I think that Mr. Freeze could be like. Could you imagine if like Hot Toys put like all their detail into that suit and like had the LEDs and everything like lit up, and that'd be so freaking awesome. Yeah, I would be all over any of those Hot Toys. All right, so let's see. Val Kilmer's my favorite ones. So Josh, to answer your question, my turnips were high today. They were $106. And I bought I think 700,000 bells worth. I think that's what I typically do. So like the first week I like really started investing in turnips. I bought 500,000 bells worth, and then I unfortunately I lost a little bit, and I didn't lose, but like I didn't get the good price. I think I ended up selling the first round I did for 500,000 bells. I bought for like I think 91 or 92 a piece, and I turned around and sold them for like 144. So it was a little bit of profit, but not much. This past, so I made like 800,000 bells. So then I took 600,000 bells last week, and then I turned that into, I sold them for like 428. 428, and I made like basically 2 million off of that, and then I took another 700,000 today, 6 or 700,000 today, and then bought some for like 104. So hopefully I'll be able to do it. Yeah. So this is Animal Crossing is a insanely serious topic. Like especially when we're talking about turnips. Like I mean, this is my character's future. Like I gotta be able to pay off my attic I just built. And I just bought an electric base for like 100,000 bells. Like I'm spending money left and right. I got a new bridge I gotta build. Like it just money doesn't grow. Well, in that game, money does grow on trees. if you plant it, it actually does. Yeah, I wonder if is anybody else out there playing, or is it just Josh and I like geeking out about this? Let's see. 60s Batman. Let's see. Let me go back a little bit. So Christian says 60s Batman. So that's one that I have to get. I know since he has it, and I've told him any like if he's gonna sell that, like I'm gonna buy it from him if he ever sells it. If he doesn't, I'm gonna have to find someone else because I have the 60s Robin. I just got to get the Adam West Batman now. Let's see. Finger crossed Rose City Comic Con is still on for September. Right? So, or I know I fully agree. I like was we usually have Gym City Comic Con, which is usually the first one I go to. Is either C2E2. I haven't been the last couple years. I need to go back, but I haven't been. I have not went the last 2 years, and so usually at this point, Gem City, which is the one up in Dayton, a small little show, but it's really fun. It's usually the first show I go to, and I'm having major withdrawals because I was super excited to be able to go to that one because originally before all this crazy stuff happened, I wasn't going to be able to go to our Cincinnati Expo. Now I think I might be able to if it happens in September. So yeah, so I'm really still holding out hope that con happens. But man, it sucks. Like I get why they're canceling them, but man, it really does suck, especially like Emerald City and like some of these bigger ones. It just it's just time that everyone wants to go out and have fun, and unfortunately at this time we can't. But yeah, hopefully Rose City definitely definitely is still on, and you'll at least be able to get out in there. Actually, and I actually had to. I had to cancel my trip to Portland this year. I don't know how much you follow my videos or anything like that, but I do a video series vlog on this channel for FC Cincinnati, and we actually had already booked our flights, everything. We were going out there for the Portland Timbers FC Cincinnati match in August, but obviously with everything going on, like the season won't be played or won't be played in front of fans. So we had to cancel all that, and it sucks because I've been out to Seattle and I've been out to like Denver and everything out west, but not like Portland was like one of those places that I really want to go to and hang out and just see the city. Like we were doing a full week. Like we were gonna go. Like we were gonna go to Bend. We were gonna just do everything that we could around there and just really soak in Oregon. And unfortunately, we're going to put that off for probably another year. So yeah, so super bummed about that. But yeah, so hopefully everything starts to kind of come back together, and we're gonna start be able to do some stuff and kind of get back to a little bit sense of normalcy. Let's see. Christian said clothing also. I don't is like a is that a was that a like an Animal Crossing type thing clothing? Because I've been buying a lot of shoes, as Josh knows, like in Animal Crossing, not not in real life. Although I did try to buy some shoes yesterday, and I did, as I told Josh yesterday afternoon, I realized how the shoe game works, and if you don't buy them the second that they're in your cart, you're not getting them. So I tried to get the Jordan Air, the Jordan fives yesterday, the fire red, and I had them in my cart, and I didn't pull the trigger, and I didn't get them. But let's see. So what they do it? Yeah, like I said, yeah, or like Portland is like one of the like that and that in Seattle were like on my bucket list as far as like the cities that I really wanted to visit. Got a chance to go out to Seattle last year. It was amazing. I enjoyed every second I was out there. I really want to go back, and I figured Portland's going to be just as good, if not better. So yeah, no, we'll definitely be out there at some point whenever FC Cincinnati plays. Hopefully it's next year, but we'll see. I'm sorry, it sounds like it would have been a fun trip. Oh yeah, no, yeah, we're still gonna do it. At least I got Atlanta in this year. That was like at least I got to at least go to one away day and have and and get to see the team play and have one trip. Let's see, Animal Crossings. The fives are my favorite. Those are awesome looking shoes. I have the pair of ones now, black and silver pair that I really like. And I'm kind of thinking I might try for the black, blue, and white ones next week, but we'll see. Or he says better. Yeah, no, I kind of I don't know. I have some buddies that live out there, and yeah, essentially everyone I've ever talked to out there says Portland's amazing. So I cannot wait. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can play next year, and we're playing out there, and we'll be able to do it. So Jeremy's there. Hey, what is going on, Jeremy? Haven't seen you in forever. How's it going? Hopefully everybody's safe. Everybody's doing well. Thank you. Yeah. So this is my wife's pickup. This isn't even mine, but I figured, what the heck? I'll unbox it and show everybody. Like, just, why not? She was dragging her feet, and she was never gonna do a live stream with it. So, but yeah, hope everybody's doing well. Like, honestly, like that's the biggest thing. Like, I hope everybody's just surviving, kind of this quarantine and enjoying. As much as it sucks, like, trying to enjoy the best we can being at home and doing some other things. Like I said, we've been doing a lot of yard work. We've been doing a lot of home renovations. I've, like, cleaned this entire basement like 6 or 7 times, reorganized a bunch of stuff, got a lot of stuff done that I kind of been putting off that I needed to do. So overall, it hasn't been a bad thing, but at the same time, I want to be able to get out. I want to be able to go to comic shops. I want to be able to go to cons. I want to be able to go to soccer games. I want to be able to go to hockey games. I want to be able to, just hang out with everybody, and unfortunately, we just can't do that right now. But hopefully, things are starting to turn around just a little bit, and honestly, like, I hope everyone out there is healthy and safe and doing as well as we can in this situation. So yeah, I think that's probably all I had today. This went a lot longer than I expected, but this is awesome. Like, I love it when you guys join in and we can all hang out and just talk about some dumb stuff that in the grand scheme of things doesn't really matter, but can take our mind off some of the craziness that's happening right now and just be a little bit of an escape. I guess is a way to a way to, I don't know, just have fun and take our mind off serious things. Now let's see, family are closing our first house. Congratulations, man, that is awesome. Much new, got a few pages and payments for a few hot toys, but it's calmed down. Yeah, so I can imagine when we bought this place, it was a culture shock, and, like, all of a sudden it was like, something breaks and we had to fix it. It's no longer we just call the landlord and they come do it. We don't have to pay anything extra. So no, I totally understand that. But congratulations, that is awesome. Hopefully you guys are having a good time moving in, and you guys get settled and everything's going well. So yeah, I've seen you on Twitter a couple times, like, kind of talking to different artists and stuff, especially like during like all the charity for comics and everything that they've been doing. What pages have you picked up? I'd love to know. Yeah, like art. I'm itching for some art bad. I need to get some stuff done. Let's see. American Con was obviously canceled this year, but I hope to see you guys out here next year. So that is one that I would definitely like to come down to. Yeah, so hopefully we can do something down there. So that was the funny thing. The wife and I, we've actually had so to give you guys just like a little story. We originally had, before like all this craziness happened, we had a cruise booked to go out of Miami for a week for the last week in March. And then, like, obviously, like once all this stuff started happening, like, we really kind of looked at each other and were like they hadn't put any restrictions on travel or anything at this point, but we looked at each other and we were like, do we really want to get on a boat? And if someone has symptoms, then at that point they were doing testing on everyone on the boat, and then so you had to, like, just stay on the boat offshore until all the testing was done to get all the results back. And if anyone tested positive, then you were in a military quarantine for 2 weeks. So we were like, do we really want to do that? And we're like, no, not really. So we ended up canceling our cruise, and they basically just gave us a credit. And they're like, okay, you can go on a cruise. You're not getting your money back, but you can go on a cruise anytime in the next 2 years. And we're like, fine, we'll do that. So not a big deal. But then we were like I said, at this point, we didn't realize how big of a deal it was, and they hadn't restricted travel. So we were like, okay, like, we still want to go do something. So instead of getting on a boat, let's just go to Disney. So then we booked a full week and a half long Disney and Universal trip, did everything for that same week, and then obviously Disney fully closed. So then we're like, okay, we're going to push it back. And so then we pushed it back to this week. It would have been actually this week. We would have left last Thursday because I thought it'd be kind of cool to be at Galaxy's Edge for May the 4th. So we pushed it back to this week. Unfortunately, again, Disney's obviously still not open. So now we've had to push it to the end of the year. So hopefully, eventually, we might be able to go down to a Disney trip. But yeah, so so we've had three canceled vacations in the last month. That kind of sucks, but it is what it is. See, Winterhawks are killing it this year. Nice, we're killing it. I know. It sucks that all these seasons were just stopped. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do, trying to bring some of these back. If they're gonna try to play out the remainder of the year, or if they're gonna do, because I know so the league. Liga A or Series A over in France, they actually they're not playing the rest of the year. They've already said that, so it's going to be interesting to see what different avenues these sports leagues take, trying to either finish out the season or just say whoever was in first standing wise wins. Having 3 kids done, how are you spending? I can imagine that. I would think. Okay, so the Western Hockey League is done. Okay. I knew because we have the ECHL and the you said the AHL here. We have the ECHL, but I honestly haven't really followed what the Cyclones were doing. So I didn't know what the other leagues around the U.S. were doing. Let's see. Having 3 kids, yeah, I'm sure 3 kids definitely cuts down a lot. I could only imagine. We have 3 dogs, so they cut into the budget, but not as much. Josh, thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate it, man. This was a lot of fun. Glad you're able to join. And hopefully next Tuesday, hopefully we can all get together and go over to Toy Department and just hang out. We need to do something. Like I said, even if it's next weekend, just trying to find something and all hanging out. That'd be awesome. Jeremy, thank you so much. Yeah, we outside of going maybe a little bit stir crazy here and there, we're fine. No real symptom. We haven't had any health issues or anything. Thank God. Really, all of our families have been blessed so far and not really had any issues. My sister's basically, I think her due date was a couple weeks ago, or a couple days ago, and I think she's just itching to get it all done with. So a little bit nervous for her there, just having to go to hospitals and doctor's visits and things like that. But it is I think everything will be all right, and definitely hope everything for your family as well. Everybody, hope everybody's experiencing good fortune with all of it. Let's see, I got a page from Rhinestone's Legion of Superheroes, nice. I also page from Nick Darrington's Young Justice #10, nice. I know, that's what I hate, or not hate. I understand why these guys are doing it, but yeah, all these artists that I love that just that are just they're starting to, their art's really starting to come out, and then all of a sudden everything that we could afford beforehand, a sketch was $100, $150, and the next time I see them, it's now a head sketch is $600. I did that with Jason Fabic. When I met him, his head sketch that I bought from him was $125, maybe $150, at the most. And and then now you can't touch a headshot under $400 or $500. That's the only kind of thing that sucks about the hobby just a little bit, is how quickly some artists I get priced out very quickly as well. Let's see, Christian, I appreciate that so much. I really appreciate everybody watching and enjoying it. It's a lot of fun to put together, so I'm glad people are getting enjoyment out of it. Thank you, Jeremy. Yes, this is my second niece, as they have a daughter already, but still extremely exciting. So yeah, it's really fun stuff. Fun stuff in the fact that life is definitely keeps on moving on, and things are changing. But once again, I think that's gonna be probably it. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out and just spending this Sunday with me. And if you guys are Harry Potter fans, like I said, you guys collect 1/6 scale, this guy, it's pretty freaking cool. It's one of those. It's a very cool figure if you're a Harry Potter fan. I highly recommend it. And if you're a little bit more of a budget friendly figure, if you are a Batman fan, this McFarlane figure, one of the best Batman figures I've seen in a long time. I am not kidding. Like, I am that excited about it. So yeah. Thanks again, guys, for jumping on. I agree with you 100% on the price hike on art. You were looking awesome, actually. I know. And that's what I kind of like. That's what I've been trying to do now, is just find up-and-coming artists that aren't necessarily, that, aren't well known, and trying to get their art now, and then, obviously, like, 6 months or a couple years down the road, and all of a sudden they're the new big thing, then, you still have a piece. I don't know, it's kind of fun supporting, like, a lot of the newer guys. Like, don't get me wrong, I love buying, like, established artists' art that I know I love and have significant meaning to me as far as the stories that they told. But yeah, no, something fun about just walking around and not knowing an artist, just looking at their portfolio and being like, hey, draw me something. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to do. Let's see. Thank you, Christian, and that is awesome. Congratulations again, and I hope everything goes well. And yeah, there's no issues or anything like that, and your niece or nephew is healthy and safe, and everyone involved is healthy and safe, and yeah, I hope you guys everything goes well. So that is, I know I've been saying this for like the last 20 minutes, but that is going to be it. Thank you guys once again, just hanging out, and we'll do it again maybe next Sunday. I don't know if I have. I'm sure I'll probably grab something, but maybe, I don't know, unbox something or do something fun. So thanks, guys, for jumping on, and I will catch you guys later. All right, see you guys.